Tell me what's in your budget.
Okay, no, that is the spammiest thing. I've reviewed a lot of videos here. I think I hate this one the most. If you're a small business owner trying to market your own business, TikTok can be a very dangerous place to get advice from. So I had my team pull together some of the most viral marketing advice TikToks that they could find, and some are gonna be good, a lot are gonna be garbage, and they actually told me the last one is bonkers in their own words, so can't wait for that one. That's at the end. So let's watch some TikToks.
Do you think good product sells itself, or do you think you still need a really good sales team to sell it?
Oh, this one is hard. But I think a really good product sells itself. Yeah.
No, totally false. I'll never believe that unless you have a category of one, unless you're like the only person in your category selling something that people know they already want, then you need marketing, you need sales. So this is a trap that so many people fall into, especially like designers. They'll basically, let's just say web designers, for instance, they'll put all their beautiful web designs on their website, and they won't really talk about anything about it. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful. People are just gonna see how beautiful it is, and they're gonna wanna work with me. Not how it works. You have to be able to talk about your stuff in a way that resonates with what they want and the problems they're having. If you can't do that, you're not gonna make any sales at all. I hate to say it, this is just a really immature and overly idealistic way of thinking about your business.
I think the word by mouth is one of the strongest marketing that you can get. And if people is starting check this out, it will start to spread. So
okay, word of mouth marketing. I think what he's referring to is more viral. I don't know if this guy's selling software or something. Yes, if you get viral word of mouth, then that can be good. But most small businesses, what they're referring to when they say word of mouth is your neighbor hired someone to paint their fence, and now they're telling you, oh, you should hire this guy. That can be a trap too. There are so many businesses out there who overly rely on word of mouth. And the problem is you can't control that, right? That can dry up in a heartbeat. So if you had a slow season, for instance, now you have less word of mouth, and then your next season is going to be even slower. So what you want to do is really take control by putting out valuable content. YouTube's great, like I've said, and paid ads can be good here too, but you don't want to rely on your customers to sell you for you.
So if you're somebody who is looking to attract more clients and you're not, the answer is not outside of you, it's right in here. So how do you do it? You stop looking online for what everyone else is doing and you start asking inside. Here's the first way you do it. You open up your heart and you connect with your ideal soulmate client. Who is that avatar for you? Who are they? What do they look like? What are they into? What do they want? Connect with them. Ask them what they want, why they want it, why they need it, why now and not later. And then go a little bit deeper. Connect with their energy and discover if they don't get this thing, this offer that you're creating.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this right here. So half right, half very misguided, I would say. So I think what she is saying that you need to know your customer, right? That is correct. That is 100% correct. You cannot properly sell anything if you don't know your customer inside and out. What do they want? What are their desires? What are their problems? What's stopping them, right? What have they tried before that didn't work? Where she's losing me here is it seems like she's saying not to actually do the work of finding that out through either research, talking to your customers, or these days you can actually use AI to do all that for you. You can do deep research. You can have it go out and scrape, Reddit forums and Quora pages to get all the real words and phrases that people are using to describe all these things. I think what she's saying is to not do any of that and look inside yourself for these answers, as if you just kind of intuitively know all these things. That is such a mistake. I cannot tell you how many small business owners I work with every day who are too close to their businesses to understand where their customers are coming at it from. As much as I do say trusting your gut is key, you also need to hear from the people on the other side of you, your customers. You cannot just guess, or you can't woo-woo your way through it. that's just going to give you bad intel, and it's going to make you lean further into a wrong direction that you may already be going in. The answers aren't in your heart, they're in research. I knew there'd be a Gary Vee in here. He always makes it.
Are you guys posting a lot on Facebook regular?
We've done it in the past.
That was the perfect answer. This podcast will explode if you get serious about posting multiple times a day on Facebook. Sure. Organic.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Maybe he's got information that I don't have. Facebook would not be my first place to be posting anything about anything. I would say it's definitely going to be the oldest demographic. So if your podcast is more for people over 50, then this could be a good fit. I personally am never, ever, ever on Facebook. I don't know too many people who are anymore. I would say your better bets would definitely be where the eyeballs are, especially if your viewership skews younger, right? TikTok, Instagram, maybe, but I'm curious to see where this goes from here.
Are you talking clips, like 4 to 12 minute clips? Are you talking about full-length podcasts? Are you talking about shorts?
Yep.
So just
yes.
everything.
Here we get to the heart of what Gary Vee always says that I always have a fundamental problem with. So Gary Vee loves to tell small business owners and just every business owner that they need to just be constantly posting all day, every day. I don't know where he thinks everyone's finding the time in their schedule to do this, but I do think it is a dangerous numbers game that is unsustainable for the average business. So if these guys have a podcast, I would rather see them put that podcast on YouTube and then maybe make shorts out of it, maybe make shorts and put them on those same shorts on TikTok. Sure, put them on Facebook too while you've got them, but don't just be posting all these crazy clips to Facebook and call it a day. I don't really see what he's talking about here. It actually goes against what he normally says, which is kind of the be everywhere rule. So, Dave Ramsey, here we go.
I have hired another full-time plumber on, and I found that I have enough work to keep him busy, but not enough work to keep myself busy all the time. Where's the best ROI to start marketing the company a little bit more than just word of mouth?
As you're wrapping up the job and they're paying you, I'm handing them a flyer or a business card saying, hey, I'm a young guy, I'm starting a new business here. It's just growing. Anybody you can tell about this, I'd be really appreciative. And let's take the existing word of mouth. You'll double it by just asking them to help you.
Okay, so that kind of on the face of it seems like old school advice, but I actually really like it. I think it's smart and I think it's very relevant today, possibly more than it ever has been, for the simple reason that asking for reviews is going to be really important when it comes to like the new paradigm of SEO, which is AI. SEO, basically, where you want to get AI systems like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini to recommend your business when people are asking it, what business should I go with for fill in the blank? And those AI systems, they really heavily weigh out reviews, 5-star reviews, how many you've got. So to build up a really strong bank of 5-star reviews is really key right now. And he's right on the money here. I don't know about giving them a flyer, maybe something just to keep so that they remember. But the point is, you want to ask them right after you've helped them when they're still the most happy about it. And you do want to say something like, I would really appreciate it. It would really help my business. If you give them a reason like that, it's going to be much more likely that they'll actually do it. So good advice, Dave.
The internet's going to hate me for saying this. Don't use AI. Or don't use AI only. 2 drawbacks if you do. 1, you sound like a robot. We all know it. We all can catch it now. We see it. Point 2, Google's not going to like you. It is now looking for AI and indexes you lower if you are using it constantly throughout your site.
There's some good and some bad here. First of all, I like the advice of not just relying on AI. What you want to do if you're going to use AI, and I'm just talking generally here, like whatever you're going to use it for, whether it's emails, website content, scripting for YouTube, whatever it is, social. What you want to do generally is start with you. Start with the stuff that you know that you want to bring to this, whether it's just like an angle or a hook that you know you want to approach it from, or any experiences you have, any stories you have, any specific tips that you know you want to bring to it. Start there, give that to the AI, along with some kind of a writing sample, right? Something that you've written before, or it doesn't even have to be you necessarily. Like it doesn't have to sound exactly like you. It can sound better if you give it like a better writing sample. If you just let it do its own thing in its own style, I'm not going to even go so far as to say it sounds robotic anymore. I think that these systems have gotten better about sounding more human, but it should still have somewhat of a unique cadence that sounds more like you. So give it a writing sample, give it the benefit of your experience, and then it's going to do a much better job for you. What she's saying though about the SEO thing, first of all, I don't even really believe SEO is much of a thing worth pursuing anymore. And I don't think that Google actually cares if your content is written with AI or not, as long as it's helpful. As long as it has the human element to it, it's going to do you no harm whatsoever.
This is the best SEO hack you will ever hear. One of the main things in SEO is the amount of people that actually link to your site. If a site has lots of traffic and it links back to your site, it's going to increase your chances of ranking in Google.
Yeah, okay. I mean, this is a big no duh, right? It's backlinks. It's been around forever. But again, SEO, I think, is just not really even anything worth pursuing, nor are backlinks. The good news is about using AI instead of traditional, like I think people are calling it like AEO or GEO. I don't know what the G stands for, generative engine optimization. The good news about that is backlinks are not important to that anymore, because like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Grok, these systems are not basing their recommendations based on how many people are linking to you. In fact, I don't think they really know who's linking to you. Like Google had all that information because it knew like all these websites inside and out. I don't think the LLMs or the AI systems have all of that. All they're looking for is like content that suggests that you're the best choice. And you can do that in a lot of ways. You can like write articles yourself that are suggesting your business is the best in your category. Again, with the reviews, the star ratings, that's huge too.
If you're doing under $1 million, it's highly doubtful that organic social media is worth hiring someone over. If you want to run your Instagram feed, that's fine. But the truth is it's probably not generating enough revenue. Should be focusing on paid ads or at least viral social media, organic social media. Not just posting pretty Instagram pics, making sure that you're getting volume of views and impressions and growing it.
Okay, so if you make under $1 million a year, you shouldn't be doing anything organic. You should be focusing on paid ads instead. I don't know about that. I think paid ads have their place and you definitely should be using them. I don't want to see people running paid ads until anything organic they're doing is actually working, because paid ads are just throwing fuel on the fire. And if you don't already have a fire, you're throwing fuel on nothing and you're basically just kind of wasting your money. So you first want to be able to prove what you're doing works and your offers work. So organic is great for that. Now, what he's really talking about here looks like mostly Instagram and true social media. If you've been watching my channel, you know how big a believer I am in YouTube for small businesses. That is where the smart money is. And I would so much rather see you put the time and effort and possibly a little money into YouTube to get people to find you organically and be able to know, like, and trust you versus just throwing out paid ads. All right, all the big names, Mr. Wonderful, let's check it out.
What's the first thing I look at when I walk into a new business? I'm thinking maybe...
Wait, do you guys actually still watch Shark Tank? Whenever I'm in a hotel room, I feel like Shark Tank is always on, and that's kind of the only time I watch it. But anyway, let me know.
About investing in it. Do I talk to the CEO? Do I talk to the head of finance? Maybe marketing, sales? No, that's not what I do. What I do is I say, who is doing your social media? Let me meet them. Because what I want to learn about is customer acquisition. CAC and ROAS, CAC and ROAS, CAC and ROAS. And what does that mean? Customer acquisition cost and return on ad spend. That's the most important thing about any business, because if you can do that profitably, then you make money. Then I, as an investor, am simply pouring gasoline on the fire of great CAC strategy. That's how you make money, my friend.
Okay, so what he's saying is any business that spends money on ads and then gets a positive return on those ads, so return on ad spend, ROAS, he's saying, then he likes to invest because you put more money into it, you're going to get even more money out on the other side. There's some truth to that, but I want you to pay attention here because this is really important. As you start scaling up your ad spend, you don't always keep the same ROAS all the way up. Let me explain. So if you were to put, let's say $100 a day in Facebook ads, Instagram ads, whatever, and you got $200 a day back in money. So that's a 2 times on ad spend. What you can't always count on is you can't just say, okay, now I'm going to do $1,000 a day and I'm still going to get twice as much. I'm going to put in $1 million a day and get $2 million back. As you scale up, what tends to happen is the graph starts to kind of level out and you don't get as high of a return on your ad spend. Doesn't mean it won't be profitable, but it's not always going to go up at the same rate as it does when you're smaller. Good to know. Oh, Ty Lopez. All right, here we go.
There's no such thing as marketing anymore. You either have insane skill with paid ads, or you're just wasting your money and making tech billionaires richer.
That is so stupid. So, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So in his mind, the only marketing that exists is paid ads. Got it. Let's not even talk about YouTube, organic, or email marketing, anything like that. If you don't know how to run paid ads profitably, there's no such thing as marketing. That's, yeah. Next. All right, double Gary V. Here we go.
You should absolutely start flirting with broader content. 100%. It needs to be part of your mix. The first 50 pieces of business content I made, every comment was, F you, stay in your lane, wine boy. Do you know about business? I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was like, that's all I've been doing. I just became wine guy to you because of YouTube. I'm like, I am business. You need to be insane about Facebook fan page output, number one. The game is back.
Okay, before he starts going into Facebook again, I don't know if I can take it. What he was saying in the beginning though, it's kind of right on the money. Here's the thing, there's a caveat to that though. So he's saying you need to make your content a little bit broader to get more people watching your stuff. So let's put this into context. So let's just talk about YouTube for a second, right? If you're gonna make YouTube videos, it should be pretty niche and it should be all about what you do for money, basically, and how you can help your clients. Now, the problem is though, some niches are so small that it pays to also have some broader appeal stuff. Now, I've got a student in my YouTube to Clients Academy who basically helps home service businesses with their websites, okay? So that is a really small thing to focus on YouTube. And a lot of people may not even be typing in things like home service websites, right? So what she has started to do, what we've kind of talked about, is now start making videos about digital marketing for home service businesses, or even digital marketing for exterminators, or digital marketing for roofers. You know what I mean? So you're kind of expanding it out so there's more people searching for it. Then when they start watching this like digital marketing content, they're gonna start to see her talk more and more about websites, and then they'll go to her other videos that are more niche down. So it does pay to kind of have a good mix of niche down stuff, broader stuff, and possibly even broader stuff. Like maybe it would help her to make some videos just about digital marketing and leave the home service business part out, just to get a wider net of people who then will be funneled into her other videos. So I definitely recommend this if you feel like your current content is just not getting enough eyeballs at all. Broaden it out.
Here is a blindingly obvious way to generate more leads from your website. Are you ready? Use the 404 page as a lead capture tool. So if you've got a website, people hit a broken link, they'll land on somewhere where they shouldn't. There's this page called your 404 page. Rather than have a 404 page, set up a little redirect that points it to a lead capture form of some sort. That way, every time someone goes onto your website, they get lost, they bounce around. Instead of them just getting frustrated, give them a little gift of high perceived value to them. Then they can opt in for the gift. Then you can send them back on the journey that they were supposed to be on when they arrived on your website in the first place. Blindingly obvious. Just take your 404 page, your 404 redirect link.
Okay, I see nothing wrong with that. I think that's a perfectly fine way to go. You could also just lead them back to your homepage, I guess, but this might be even more valuable than that, so don't hate it.
There's a few psychological tricks that you'll include into some of your videos. What are some of those?
I'll mispronounce words on purpose. I'll share useful websites like AnswerSocrates.com, and I'll say Answer Socrates. And people run to the comments and they forcibly correct me. How dare you mispronounce the legendary philosopher's name? I'll also sneak in folders right below the URL that I share. And it'll be something very suspect like Mr. Beast NUD ... That causes the person to say, surely he's not looking up Jimmy Donaldson nudes on Google or something like that. And they run to the comments. They say, anyone else see this folder? Are we not going to talk about this thing? They rewatch it to make sure that they actually saw this. And so it increases my watch duration.
Great. So, okay, let's just run with this for a second. And I've heard of this kind of thing before, right? People misspelling things on purpose just to get more comments about it. You're getting false engagement for the wrong reasons if you're doing that. And like YouTube doesn't really value just every comment like that. Like they actually say they don't really weigh out how many comments you get on a video for how well it's going to perform. That's just kind of a false thing. And I don't think it's going to make people watch any longer either. I couldn't see having a misspelling keeping people watching longer. And think about the damage you're doing to your business. Like if you're doing this for business, if you're doing this to try to get clients and you're going to just be misspelling things on purpose. Like we're all human. Like I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world to have a misspelling in your video. It happens. I wouldn't do it on purpose. And I certainly wouldn't have Mr. Beast nudes on your browser. I mean, it depends on who you want to attract, I guess. I just say better to get people with what you can teach them and give them something they can actually use. That's going to beat all these tricks any day of the week.
How much should I charge? And I'm like, listen, here's the answer. Don't ever tell them how much you charge. And you're like, well, they got to know. But it's like, no, you don't. They don't. Yeah.
What do you ask them?
The magic answer is, tell me what's in your budget.
Okay, no, that is the spammiest thing. I've reviewed a lot of videos here. I think I hate this one the most. That is such a spammy practice. Because basically what that's doing is it's telling your clients, I will charge you every cent I can get out of you. How do you think that's going to make them feel? How do you think that's going to ingratiate them toward you? Here's the thing. People know better than that now. They value transparency because they're getting it everywhere. They can find stuff everywhere with AI. They know what things cost now. So if you're the one who is just gatekeeping that and saying, what's your budget? It's a little mafia, if you ask me. And I think you're going to lose out on a lot of customers that way. What we all should be doing is being very transparent about our pricing right on our website, have a pricing page. Even if you can't list out your hard prices, like, let's face it, most service business owners have to put a bid together, like a custom bid. But what you can do is you can start to talk about the different factors that weigh in on how you price and the ranges they might expect. But if I ever heard that from someone who asked how much they charge, I would just hear that as a big FU and I would just keep going. Okay, we are just getting warmed up. We're finally having some fun here. So click right here to watch the next video where I go over even more viral garbage TikToks with really bad marketing advice that you definitely want to avoid. You don't want to fall into any of these traps. So click right here and we'll keep going.